welcome everybody to this edition of Strong Perspective Podcast. I'm one of your hosts, Keith Armstrong, along with my other hosts, Jaquari and Damon Armstrong. We're brothers, and we are brothers, brother, whatever the theme song that shit is about. But we are the podcast in which people sit down and have conversation about how they feel, when they feel, where they feel. Just open up about it. Got a special guest tonight, Chris Dickens and Bill Burnett. Welcome to you, gentlemen.
Hey guys, what's going on? Yes, sir.
Glad that you made it through.
Pleasure.
Let me do a little bit of housekeeping before we go ahead. This is Strong Perspective Podcast, and understand that we are gaining momentum in which old heads like ourselves and the young boys and young ladies who want just straight up conversation and want to learn from some things, they tune in to us. And you're gonna start hearing that. Word of mouth is having us to spread everywhere.
Facts.
So I'm comfortable for that.
Facts.
And this is an authentic situation that we're in. Tune in and just enjoy it. All right. This go to Strong Perspective Podcast on YouTube. Like, share, and subscribe. Build our numbers up. We're far from where we need to be. But take 30 seconds. Take 30 seconds. The people in my friend group. I got 1,600 people in my friend group. Personal friends from my present, my past, and my future. Whoever you may be in my future. But go take the 30 seconds, go on YouTube and subscribe. Subscribe to our situation so we can reach other people. That's our goal. We want to reach other people.
I repost it on my Facebook page all the time, The Strong Perspective. It's a great thing. Repost it if it comes up on your stuff.
We appreciate it. Appreciate you, Chris. All right, well, let's do what we always do. Jaquari, how was your day today, Jaquari?
My day was fair, man. It was absolutely fair, man. And piggybacking off of what you said, I was watching a couple of things on YouTube, and I heard I think it was 3 different podcasters they were talking about other podcasters, and the fact that these guys, that video only got 2,000-3,000 likes and all that, and I was like, I was sitting there, and I said to myself, man, the gall and audacity of these guys to sit up and piss on other people for numbers that we aspire to is just it's crazy to me, man. It really is.
They're only in it for the money. They're only in it for the money. They're not in it. They're not in it for the real conversation, like Keith was brought.
Yeah, Chris, you don't get your chance. Let him finish, bro.
And I understand that, but we're the type of men who would really appreciate that. We appreciate the positive. We appreciate the interaction. We appreciate the potential exposure, and we aspire to something bigger than what we have now. So like, share, and subscribe us. You never know what might happen. We might surprise you. We deal in supporting people's individual comfort. That's something we strive for, and I think that's something we make happen. So come on and ride with us for a minute.
Well said, Jaquari. Well said. Damon, how was your day today, brother?
My day started off good, man. Clock went off. My wife woke me up. She said, "Hey, baby, time to get up." I sat up in the bed first. Then I slid both my feet down, and I was able to stand up on there. So, hey, come with me. I'm ready.
A win is a win. A win is a win, baby. A win is a win. Go ahead.
So, yeah, man, I had a great day, man. I was amazed at my grandbaby, man. She showed me something every day, and it's like, wow, I had to stay in tune with that, man. You know, I can't get caught up in no other stuff, man, because if I'm responsible for this situation and I'm seeing something, I have to make sure I'm staying in tune with it and being, you know, a part of the maturation process, a part of the growth. You know, so I don't have time for anything else. As long as I can get up and be there, I'm good, bro. I can work with anything else.
No diggity. No diggity. Chris, how was your day today, brother?
My day was excellent. Went and picked up my bike. Had a conversation with my wife that was positive. You know, I can't complain. Life is life.
So you over there lifing then?
Hey, I'm chilling, bro. I'm just living it. I'm just living it. What is that noise?
That's my car.
Oh yeah, it came through on my.
Big Bill, how you doing, brother? How was your day
I'm
today?
good. Oh, it was an awesome day. Like Damon said, man, just waking up in the morning, being alive, and I went to the gym this morning and went to work and had a good day at work, and you know, no bad news, no crazy phone calls, nobody I known got shot or killed, nothing crazy like that. So you know, I'm living in wild west up in Philly. Every day it's like another, you know, massacre. And it's all teenagers too. It's crazy, but you know, other than that, it was a good day, man. You know what I mean? I'm happy to be on the show today. I missed last week because all them girls last week, we all went to school with them girls, my squad.
Yeah.
Gina and Alicia, that was my team. Yeah, so you know, brought back some great memories when I saw them. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
So other than that, it was a good day. You know, it's a good day. You know, a good day.
No
watching the tournament. Been watching the tournament a little bit.
I've been watching a little bit, man. I was going to protest because my Panthers got
jerked. Yeah.
But you know what made it better, Bill?
They got jettisoned.
Yeah, they got jerked. But what made me not be mad at them is they decided not to go to the NIT, and I was pissed about that. I was very pissed about it.
Yeah.
Because first of all, two of the main players decided that they weren't going to participate.
They was the way of protesting, probably.
No,
that's what I got. No,
I think it had a lot to do with one is looking to be drafted because he's first team all ACC is Henson, and then the other one,
he all world, ain't
he? He led them in scoring. He did his thing.
Yeah.
But my thing is, and I'll say this: I'm an ex-Pitt basketball player.
Mm-hmm.
Kids deserve every little bit that they get.
Right.
You know what I mean? So from 6 to 12, they would have loved that experience, man.
Sure.
You feel what I'm saying? Postseason experience. They would have loved that experience. But we decided, and the thing about it was Capel was like, I ain't got my main gun, so you know. I don't know. Did they put it to a vote?
I don't know. I don't know. I saw the Pitt and a couple other schools protest the NIT. They didn't want to go.
How dare you? How dare you do that way? Because
but you know what?
Go ahead, Bill. I'm listening.
No, let you finish your thing. I was going.
No. I'm just saying this. This is what I'm saying to you. Momentum is built off of every little bit of thing that you do.
Sure.
So if you go on the postseason, even if you don't make the big dance, you go on the postseason, that's still going to do something to you as a young player, period.
And going and win that thing. Going to win that thing.
That's it.
Yeah, going to win that thing.
I just don't, you know what? I don't understand the politics of men's college basketball anymore, man. I really don't.
Not that you say, I know it's not a sports topic tonight, but now that you say that's crazy because I'm more excited to watch the girls tournament than the men.
Me too.
The girls got personalities. The girls got personality. You got Caitlin Clark and Reese and Dawn Staley. I couldn't name 5 of the top men's basketball players in college basketball right now. I know Dillingham in Kentucky.
And the women get after it, bro.
Yeah, the women get after it.
And another thing is, a lot of the men don't stay.
That's
so it's hard to keep up with. You know what I'm saying?
So we're gonna talk
about
Calipari. Go to G. Really?
Huh?
What'd you say?
We're gonna talk about Calipari, or we're gonna stay on topic.
What about Calipari, man?
Come on, dog. He ain't made it. He won one game in the tournament, man, since 2015, dog.
He is always lost in Pittsburgh. I wasn't surprised.
Yeah.
Every time that Kentucky goes to Pittsburgh, he loses.
What?
And he's from Pittsburgh. Calipari is a hell of a coach.
Well, Keith, let me ask you a question. Don't a lot of top talent now go to the G League now? They don't go to college like they used to.
No, it's only one team. It's only one team that take all like college and high school players. Was that the elite? I think that's what it is.
Yeah, something like that. I saw the G League, but yeah.
I think. Go ahead, Bill.
And Calipari used to get them top guys like that. He not get them guys like that. I don't think no more. The transfer portal and all that.
No, Bill. Actually, Calipari has gotten, as far as high school guys, he's gotten the top guys.
Okay.
But see, the thing about it is Oakland, home team, Chris, Fluke, and Jaquari, Oakland University, like a motherfucker.
Are they from Detroit? That's Michigan?
Yeah, Oakland.
Oh, okay.
But those guys were average 22 years old.
Yeah.
Playing against 17 and 18-year-old guys.
That's what Calipari was saying, wasn't it?
Yeah. I'm not making an excuse for it. But my point is, those guys are hungry and they know the game.
They got the experience.
Yeah.
The man made over 10 3-pointers. Oh my God.
I know.
Where the hell they do that in the tournament, dog? For real?
Damn.
10 of them Jones?
Trying the ball. He trying the ball.
Man.
Yeah.
You can't stop me.
What we're gonna do?
You can't.
What we're gonna do? We're gonna sandwich this because Chris and Jaquari, you know, they kind of quiet. We should have been talking about sports shit. So we're gonna sandwich this. Not Jaquari. That's a joke.
No, I deal with sports, but I want to know what's going to come out with Tyson and J. Paul. That's my biggest thing.
Let's address that then real quick.
All right, let's go. I think Tyson's gonna make that boy retarded. I think he'll.
No, you know what? You know what's crazy though? I think they got something in the contract where they can't hurt him.
Bullshit.
They might have something in the contract.
The way Tyson is training and posting on Facebook.
No, Tyson should kill him. I agree.
Oh,
it's about money.
It's about money. Yeah.
It's about money though.
That's
I think
that's
because
why
I heard that Floyd Mayweather had it there. Yeah, I heard that Floyd Mayweather had in his contract. He really couldn't hurt him. He could fight him, he could beat him, but he couldn't hurt him.
He can't hurt him, but you're getting in the ring with a legend, my guy. This dude,
Mike Tyson could black out too.
This dude is 56 years old and smokes marijuana and still going in it like he was 19.
You see him training?
That's what I'm saying. Like, I get down with sports. Now, y'all get a little more into it. But my thing is, I every time I look on Facebook, it's J. Paul, a TikToker, versus a Mike Tyson, a warrior. My God. I wouldn't, like I was telling them in the backstage, I wouldn't step in the ring with old boy's daughter, Floyd Mayweather's daughter. Because she gave that work to that little girl that was giving her that shit. Why would you think, because you 6'3", that you're going to get?
I think it's like exhibition though, right? It's not really, I don't think like.
My God.
Oh,
he pissed Mike Tyson off. Mike Tyson is going to beat. He's
literally, if Tyson taking them shrooms, you know what I'm saying, it might be something level shit.
Listen,
Mike Tyson gonna make that boy.
He gonna make that boy retarded. He gonna hit that boy so.
Hey, talk, you know, people talk about how he talk. He is a straight up businessman. He about that business, man. Because if he wasn't, he would have dealt with Mans.
Roy Jones.
Roy Jones. He did with Roy Jones, man.
But Roy Jones.
But you know that was in Roy's contract that Mike could not go swing for the fences when he dealt with.
I think that's a contract with this board too, though, Keith.
I know that, but still, if he don't knock his block off,
look at Mitch Green. All of us that are old, and I include myself in that. Mitch Green caught Mike coming out of a convenience store.
Yeah, club or something, I thought. Yeah.
It was a club, convenience store, whatever. He caught that work. Then he want to sue. No, my guy.
Let me ask you all this, though. Let me ask you all this, man. Based on a black man with a reputation and all that stuff, Mike got contract or whatever. He have a fine line, man. He have to stay on. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If he decides, man, that he's being disrespected, whatever, then gloves off. You feel me?
Oh yeah, Mike Tyson will black out. Yeah.
Oh, dude, listen, that guy is a fucking machine. Okay.
Because Mike Tyson bit the motherfucker ear off because he's on some bullshit.
Now I ain't even go back that far.
He said, Mike was like, no, man,
but you gotta remember,
you ain't fighting right.
No, you gotta remember when he was 18 years old. 18. He was knocking motherfuckers out within the first round. And they were paying $600-700 for those seats. That's why your man got so much over on him. What's this guy's name? The dude with the Don King.
Yeah, Don King took a lot of people from bad.
Don King made a lot of money off Mike. So
but didn't Don King take Ali for bad and Larry Holmes and all them guys?
No,
Don King. Yes, Don King is a promoter, and that's what boxing promoters do that. They rob everybody.
But the thing is,
all of them do it. All of them.
What I'm saying is, Jay Paul is a TikToker.
Yeah, I agree.
TikToker. Yeah, you're taller than Mike. You got your arm reaches longer than Mike. But Mike been boxing since he was 17 years old.
Yeah.
Come on now.
But the thing is,
Jay Paul
ain't stupid. Though. I don't think he's stupid. Go ahead,
we make the point that say he a TikTok boxer and all that. Man, this dude, man, he trains like a real fighter, man.
He might think he's a real fighter, but have you looked at Tyson fighting at 16?
No. I understand the difference.
Go ahead and finish, Fluke. Then we're gonna move on.
I understand the difference, but my man trained because he in the business of looking like he can fight with these people. So he's actually really truly training for that, man.
Hey, Fluke, can I ask something? What you saying?
He might be, Fluke. He might be truly training for it, but he's training to be in a wheelchair and sipping out a straw.
All right.
You don't listen.
Hold on, Bill. You can, but we talking about opinion now.
Yeah.
All right.
I was just gonna say Jake Paul handpicks his opponents too, yo. He ain't really taking them fights, no real fighters. He ain't fighting Tank Davis and that type of Crawford. He ain't picking MMA fighters and all that old retired dudes. You know what I mean? So he ain't really handpicking this. He know what he's doing. He ain't stupid. Him and Tyson got a contract together. They got a contract.
But hey, Bill. But he's going against a warrior.
I agree with you. I wouldn't fuck with Mike Tyson.
Somebody that's been doing this since he was 17 years old. He is
Mike Tyson black out. Mike Tyson might black out and kill that nigga in that ring.
Exactly. He's 56 years old. The only thing he's known between 18 and 56 is fighting.
If he black out, everything fair.
Yep.
All they're gonna do is blame it on his psychosis.
Fair.
That's right.
Then everybody gonna dive in the ring and shit. They're gonna be looking for boy ear and shit.
Yeah.
But like I said again, 18 to 56. Jake Paul's been doing this 2 or 3 years?
Okay.
Oh, you're right. You're right, big dog. You're right.
I remember when I hit my plateau. I was 31. I'm playing on the court, man, and I went up, dunked that motherfucker, looked all pretty shit. Came down and my knee gave. That knee ain't been right since.
Exactly.
That moment.
Monday say, "Oh, you thought I went away?"
But the thing about it is 18 to 56. This dude don't. This dude.
No matter how many times you repeat it, we understand it.
We get it.
We get it. We cool.
I'm 58, man, so I know. I know the whole joint. I know the plateau. All that.
Hey, Fluke. There's only one motherfucker who defied the test of Father Time, who beat Father Time. That's that steroid junkie LeBron James. That's it. Go ahead.
In the center, look. In the center, sharp voice. Go Braves. Go Braves.
Hey, what about?
Hell, listen. My hip hurts when I get out of bed. My hip hurts when I get out of bed now, and I'm only 49.
For no reason.
So I'm telling you right now. I don't understand what Jake Paul is doing. My guy, my hip hurts when I get out of bed now.
You take that step. You take that step and your hip had that twinge. You gotta start thinking about
my back.
How old is Jake Paul, Keith? How old is Jake Paul?
He's like 20, 30 something.
About 20, maybe 26.
He's in his 20s, ain't he? Yeah, I thought so.
That boy about to be handicapped at 29.
Look.
That boy about to be, they gonna be a straw in his mouth with a little noodle.
I'm the oldest one on this joint, right? So I'm gonna give y'all a little secret. Chris, you say your hip hurt when you get out, right? And get out of bed.
Bruh, I threw my back out.
Look, swing your feet over. Put your feet flat on the ground and let them feet stand there. Sit there
and let that blood flow.
Listen, before I met my wife, when I turned 40,
get out your feet,
I got out of the bed, my back went out. Man, get the fuck out of here, man. Jay Paul ain't got it. This dude is, listen, I'm sorry. When I turned 40, I threw my back out on my birthday. I couldn't look over my shoulder or none of that shit. And this dude is talking shit to a dude that's 56 years old that's still going hard in the paint like he is.
That is money. Mike Tyson.
I'm sorry.
The only reason why Mike Tyson is fighting that Paul guy is because
he talks shit.
No, he don't care about that. He care about the millions. You gotta understand something. Think about how many years. I'm gonna say this, then we're gonna move on.
Okay, bet.
Think about how many years that Mike had to go do exhibitions and different fights to pay off the IRS. He has finally came from a matter of fact, you know his stage tour, you know his play, one-man play.
I never heard of it.
Mike Tyson's one-man play?
I never heard of it.
Okay. He did his one-man play, right? To pay off the government. And that's what he used to pay off the IRS. Because Mike, it took Mike 10 years to pay off the IRS with everything that he owed him. You see what I'm saying? So the money he makes now belongs to him. You know what I'm saying? It don't belong to nobody else.
Hey Keith, I just see Mike. I can see Mike when he's looking at the contract and all the shit that needs to happen. He say, "Okay, I can go with that, but if you deviate from it, I'm gonna fuck you up."
I'm gonna fuck you up.
Fact. Because I'm telling you right now, he's looking.
Right, and we in this deal with.
Let's do this. Bill was in his vehicle. He's getting ready to get to his house, so he's gonna be on for a second, right? So, what we're going to do, I'm gonna start with the easier topic, and then we'll start with you, Damon. Or no, Jaquari. We'll let Jaquari, because when we're talking sports, Jaquari was
fuck off.
But
hey, you know what? I mean, I ain't want to say nothing, but y'all talk about football and basketball, man. I know about tennis. I know about MMA. I know about all that kind of shit. So,
I get it.
Talk about that.
Yes, sir. All right, but here's the question. Are you as an individual, are you a good communicator? And if you think you are, why?
It's kind of a 50-50 thing for me, man, because I'm a very good listener. But as far as expressing my points verbally, I got a lot of stuff running through my head, man. I have a speech impediment, so people might not always, really pick up what I'm putting down at first. I'm the kind of person who's got to sit with his thoughts before before I actually put them out. Because especially if it's a serious conversation, I don't like to add a lot of fat to it. And by fat, I mean, my personal feelings. If somebody is coming to me with an issue, and it's
Good point.
It's a pressing issue for them. It ain't the Uncle Spoke show. And I put a lot of stock into people coming to me, and trying to work things out. Even if I don't say anything, I'll give a person the opportunity to run down the situation to me and hear themselves say certain things, and maybe they can put it together like that. But I'm about 50-50, man, as far as communication goes, in my opinion.
All right, Jaquar. Good answer. Chris, we'll go to you. And Bill, once Chris is done, I'm going to read the question to you, so you know what we're talking about.
Yeah, I was making that transition to the house from the car. Sorry about that.
Me, I'm bottom line up front. And what I mean by bottom line up front is that I don't deal with false realities, because I wasn't dealt with false realities. So when you come to me and you say you got a problem and it's an easy fix, I'm gonna tell you to suck it up and drive on. That's just me. Now you can call me an asshole. You can people out there go, he's no. The bottom line is this: I lost my dad when I was 16. I lost my mom when I was 49. I had to live in this world by myself and deal with stuff by myself. So my opinion and how I communicate is based on how I grew up. So if you come to me with some, I'm depressed, fuck you. I don't care about your depression. Suck it up and drive on. I know that it might be harsh, but this is the way it is. Because everybody in this world, everybody on this podcast, but everybody in this world ain't had that luxury. And I live my life without that luxury. So me personally, I am a good communicator when it comes to bottom line up front, but sensitivity, I'm not.
Okay. Now I did ask you what I get that, and we got to come back to you, because we said nothing about being sensitive, but you answered the question as far as communicators. So I think you want to elaborate a little more. All right. Bill.
Yes, sir.
The question is, do you think that you are a good communicator? And if you do, why? Damon, you're after Bill.
I believe I am. I believe I am. I think I have been told that through my work, through what I do now. I have to be a good communicator, sell cars. So I got to be able to communicate now. And previously, before that, I worked with, Trouble Youth, with me and you, Big Dog, of course, and Philly. So I had to communicate with them. That, to me, was the most effective way to gain control and without hurting somebody. I've been told I've been a great communicator, but I guess I have my shortcomings like anybody else. But I think I'm a very effective communicator. I think I'm a communicator. I've done all my life. It's gotten me out of trouble, a tough situation, communicating. You know what I mean? Which could have been real devastating. I've been able to calm people down when they've been, you know, going through things and on the streets or whatever. So yeah, I think I'm a good communicator. I think I am. I think most people believe that too. Plus the fields that are working in most of my life, you got to be able to communicate. So I think I'm a good communicator. The second part of that question?
Why do you think you're a great communicator? Good communicator?
Because of my success and what I've done, as far as the places I've traveled and the work that I've done. You know, anybody working in prison, detention, but then like you and Jacory have also done. You got to be able to communicate. You know, you got to communicate with my kids. I'm a stepfather and a father, so I mean, you know, I guess sometimes people don't hear what you don't. Sometimes you got to tell the hard truth, but I think I'm a good communicator. Sure, I think I am.
Okay. Cool. Damon.
The flukester.
Am I a good communicator? I am, to the point where I think that my opinion matters.
You think communication?
You know what I'm saying? And that's all predicated on, you know, the person I'm talking to, whether I give a damn or not. That's just me being honest. You know what I'm saying? All opinions are subjective, man. You know, but objectively, you know, I was successful with people that I didn't know who was watching me from afar. You know what I'm saying? And they pretty much just followed the program without opinion, you know. But most times when I'm giving my opinion, you know, people already got their mind made up, man. Well, if he started talking that bullshit, I'm gonna shut down. You know what I'm saying? That's most cases, you know, than not, man. So for me, objectively, I would rather be a communicator from afar, from a distance, you know. And then afterwards, we can get together and we can communicate and say, this is what worked because I saw this and I saw that. And there's no arrogance there because I never knew I was that catalyst in the person's life. So am I an effective communicator? Yeah, when I'm living my life and being the best I can be. If that makes sense to y'all.
Okay. All great responses. Everybody's had a turn to say something, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now you look on the screen, Malika Harris says, do you think communicate with the same with the communicate? I'm assuming communication with the same with your other half as you do in your friendship. Do you think, paraphrasing, do you think you communicate the same way with your other half as you do in your friendship? And we'll start with you, Damon.
You talking about your loved one, your mate?
Your mate?
Hell no.
As opposed to your friendship.
Hell no, you don't.
Okay.
It is not. It's not even close.
Why is that?
Why is that? Why is that? Because there's that unit that you're trying to build something from. You know what I'm saying?
As far as your mate is concerned.
As far as your mate is concerned, you're trying to build something from it. So it has to be equal amount of communication, but you have to be open to something, and that requires trust. You know what I'm saying? You gain something from that. Friendship wise, you don't know what their motivation is, why they're coming to you. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
You don't understand. I'm not saying that in a negative way. I'm just saying that you simply don't know. The only thing that you know that's what's closest to you and things that you can somewhat control, not in a way where you try to control the narrative, but you trying to understand in an objective frame of mind.
Okay.
Makes sense.
All right. Bill, question is to you.
Well, I think with your other half, there's a certain amount of transparency. What's the word I'm looking for? You look weak, not weak, but like when you're letting your guard down with your other half that you wouldn't do it sometime with your friends, right?
Okay.
I can't think of the word I'm looking for right now, but with your other half, is there's a certain amount of trust with her or whoever your other half is, where you can be vulnerable. Vulnerable is the word I'm looking for. You can be vulnerable with her, with your other half, more than you can be with some of your friends. You can be very vulnerable with. They won't judge you. They won't, most of my homies, you should have chance when they talk about you like a dog. You know what I mean? But
No doubt.
but they still love you. They still love you, support you. But you know what I mean? So, but I think with your mate, there should be a different trust because she y'all sharing something together. Y'all building, y'all that's your bond, and it should be more vulnerability with your mate than with your friends. You know what I mean?
Okay.
Maybe a couple true good friends out there you can be vulnerable with, not judge you, but not a whole lot.
Okay. Ja'Cory.
My wife is my friend, so as far as the way I communicate with her, I communicate with her, on a real level, like I communicate with my friends. But my thing is this though, man. Since I've been in first North Carolina and now Virginia, man, I don't have a lot of contact with my friends, and I don't have any friends here in Virginia that I'm around regularly. Some people who I would say I was tight with outside of my wife. So that's not a question that I'm really in a position to give a good answer to. I don't think.
I mean, it's not a good answer. It's just your opinion about it. Chris, what do you think?
I have to agree with Ja'Cory. My wife is my best friend. I've lost all my parents, my grandparents, so I confide in her. There are some things that I don't know. Maybe it's because of my bachelor life. I don't expose to my wife. Say that. But I do trust my wife. But because of my previous experience in life, I'm more guarded. But I'm learning that I have to let those guards down to let her in, to be more of my best friend. So yeah, I try to let my wife in on more, like all my important paperwork, my this, my that, because we've had death since we've been married. My mom died, and there's a lot of paperwork. So, and my wife saw that and was like, "Hey, I need to know where this is at." Okay.
Yeah. I got it. This is one of the questions I'll answer throughout this podcast. I think that I'm careful because I want to be able to talk to my wife as I talk to my friends.
All right.
But my friends, I am a little harder in my responses and my observations.
True.
So you cannot do that when it comes to your significant other. You can't do it.
And see, hold on, Keith. That's the thing I'm learning as a new husband.
Yeah.
I'm learning that I can't talk to my wife with the same tenacity that I talk to you or somebody else on the job.
Yeah.
And I'm learning that, and it's a hard lesson to learn because I got married late in life. I got married at 40. I got married at 48. I'm about to be 50. And there are things that have come up in my marriage. Yeah, I mean, they're little small road bumps, but they shouldn't have come up. But I have to check myself, like you were saying. You were about to say. And being a new husband, never married, and being 49 years old, it's a lot that you have to learn.
It is. I think the thing that the most important thing, and it has a lot to do with communication. The most important thing is the simple fact that you're actually in your situation, Chris. Even when we was youngins, you have to learn how to share. Communication is about sharing. It's
you're right. And you're so right.
It's connected and sharing. But see, here's the I'm gonna use one of your words, Damon. Here's the caveat. Sometimes your wife is not prepared to handle the information that you share with her. Not the information that makes you look weak or anything like that, but I'm talking about the information that she has to take on a responsibility she's not used to with you guys together.
Right.
Sometimes that's a little heavy for her, and you got to let it soak in. You see what I'm saying?
I do.
Early
Be a
on,
little more delicate.
yeah, because early on, I took it personally. Hey, yo, I got to listen to you and your problems, your deep problems, and what's going on in your life. And I shared this one thing that makes me feel vulnerable to you, and it scares you. A lot of times it's fear. Because damn, what if I gotta do that? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, look,
Right.
the big dog handling all this shit. Now, what if I gotta deal with that little piece of shit that he giving to me right now? Because they don't know how to respond to it.
But
and
is that how they think though?
Yeah, but that's that I was getting ready to comment on that. I think that we are made to confront everything that's in our way. We're made to. That's what we're raised to be, and we're taught to be that way. Let's confront this shit. Like fuck it. What's going on? How we gonna
Exactly.
do it? What we gonna do?
I mean, that's the only way I know how to.
Yeah, but see, sometimes some women don't want the responsibility, even though they can handle the responsibility. They don't want it.
But what if you got a woman that's like, okay, now I'm gonna work around your shit, man, but I have an answer. But I'm gonna work around your shit. So let's marinate on that for a minute.
Give me the answer.
And you like
Exactly. Yeah.
That's how I feel.
See,
Listen,
like,
I'd rather
cut to
hear
the chase.
your
Hold up, Chris. Go ahead, Dan.
She said, and you trying to be that communicative guy who trying to, be that guy in that role that you think it should be. And she's sitting over there tapping her leg like, hey man, I done thought this shit through. Let's just cut through the trace. I think this is how we should be, and this is how we should move forward. And that's putting the onus on you in your lap, where she's saying, this is where I'm at with it.
But you take it anyway, though, right? Because that's how you lead your life anyway. See what I'm saying?
Yeah,
a lot.
But go ahead, Spoke.
No, a lot of times when I have an issue and I want to discuss it with my wife, I'm not looking for her to answer and give me any answers.
Thank you.
And I don't need any commentary. I just need to get it out.
If I need, go ahead, Jugo. I'm sorry.
Yeah, a lot of times I don't feel like I'm allowed to get it out, because once I said what I've said, then her way of thinking is, she's going to find a situation that mirrors my situation. She's going to present that and tell me how she solved it. Okay, well, yeah.
Yeah.
No, don't. First of all, as a human being, don't you dare simplify my shit to the point where I'm just so I live such an uncomplicated life that you could run through my shit, with your eyes closed. I don't do that to you. I listen to your full issue.
Yeah.
And if I have an idea, I might ask you if you mind if I give you an idea.
Yeah.
That's where I'm coming from.
I think a lot of that.
But don't a good woman cut to the chase, man?
But see, that's the thing about it is, a lot of time, and it's not just exclusively women. People beat around the bush when it's a serious issue.
Right. I'm talking about a person who about that business. You know what I'm saying? A person who's about that business, who's trying to build something with you. Don't they just cut to the chase?
They should, and
but
you
now,
should be grateful that they do.
Hold on. What I found is that when you present a person with their BS and you're right, they demolish your solution. It's like when me and my wife, we have our issues, and I'm like, hey, you're wrong on this. And she realizes she's wrong on this. Then she'll blow it off. But let me be wrong. Let me be wrong on something. Oh,
There's that too.
oh, blow up.
It is, and you know the thing I came, and this
It's
is
a
not
whole blow up.
this is not the gospel when I say this, but for me to actually be able to get through it and understand it, so I don't take it personally. You don't see it my way because nobody taught you to see it my way. They only taught you one particular way.
Exactly.
You feel what I'm saying? So what that does is give me room and patience. Be like, yo, so what the fuck should we do then? See, that's the question. Like, I'm not gonna be angry if you don't disagree, but if your answer is not solving the problem, all you're doing is saying, well, if I was here, then I would turn the color blue to color pink. You know what I'm saying?
For me,
here's the thing. Here's the thing. What if their solution is right and on point, but their delivery is fucked?
I'm running with it because I'm listening, bro. I'm trying to solve this.
Right,
shit.
but that's combative, though. You know what I'm saying?
No. If their point,
everybody's trying to stay on everybody's trying to stand on their heel, man.
If their
that's
solution
where trust comes into play.
If their solution is spot on, man, 100% right. But you are not given the opportunity to grow as a person, man. Where is a man and a husband's opportunity to grow as a person?
We don't have the opportunity
We
unless
don't have the
ourselves.
We don't have the opportunity unless the people closest to us give us a chance to get things off our chest. I said earlier, a lot of times, you know, in terms of communications, I said a lot of times I'll let a person talk and hear the entire scenario because they hold the answers. They hold their own answers.
Yeah.
Now it's all predicated on how they answer you. Then.
No, it's all predicated on, you know, honey, I got a problem, man, and you know, I need to get this off my chest. I need to have the opportunity to, you know, to speak uninterrupted because I do that. I you know, I don't let or allow my wife to do that because I don't have the power to stop her. I let her finish. I don't always get that opportunity.
And you know what's so funny about it? And Damien, I want you to finish your point. What's so funny about it is I am bad with that. Yeah. Especially if I'm right. I am bad with that. I will cut my wife off. Right? And what it would do is, look, I'm whispering this shit. What it would do is it give her the opportunity
to make me not even want to talk, man.
Listen. It'll give her the opportunity to alter her actual response. You feel what I'm saying? So what I learned how to do with hold on, Chris.
Okay,
what I do is I take Jaquari's stance, like let her finish before I say anything.
So I get where Jaquari is coming from. I get it. So when my wife presents a problem and I give her a solution, and the solution is correct, my wife looks at me like, you know, oh, that's wrong. But then when the situation turns out to be right on my half, she's like, oh whatever. She just blows it off, and I'm like, well, how you gonna blow it off?
Chris, you looking at four veterans in the game. What you just described is what you're gonna have to go through.
Right, and see,
you don't get no better.
She's a human being. She's a human being, man.
Miss Harris, I want to let you know, I'm a new husband. I've been a year and 6 months in the game, being married. I got married late in life. Okay, I tell everybody this, and being married, I'd rather go to a standoff than being married. But I love my wife. I will put my life before hers. I will do anything what she needs to be done. But my wife literally doesn't understand. I survived this long without you, so I know things that you need, and it kills me. But
what is a good woman's motivation, man? A good woman. What's her motivation? It's not surviving on her. It's you surviving with her, bro. You know what I'm saying?
I like that. Surviving with her.
Yeah.
It's her.
You know what?
It's you surviving with her.
Yeah.
Titles. And that's a commitment right there, bro.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? We can stand as a man, but we have to understand her standing as a woman involves her saying, I choose this man, and I choose he's gonna be strong, he gonna stand for us. I want him to be the best he can, and I don't want him to deviate from that because I committed to that man not deviating from that man.
And you know what? And the thing about it is, you know what? My wife always tell me, shave your head, shave your face. When I met you, you did this, this, and this. And I had to realize, like, okay, yeah, I did this, this, and this. But I need to keep this, and this, and up to keep this woman. So I keep my hair shaved. I take I keep my face shaved. I keep, little things that we like, okay, yeah, I got this woman now. I don't care. But you have to keep those things up to keep the woman.
But okay, Jaquari, go ahead.
Look, just because we become husbands and wives, man, titles don't make us experts.
That's true.
That's real.
And that's the thing.
That's the truth, bro.
That's the thing that everybody's dropping the ball on, man. Just because you become a fucking husband doesn't mean you know how to do it.
Yep.
And that brings me back to my previous point, man. Black, white, red, or green. The family unit is made for the father to support everybody else's growth.
That's real.
When we talk about the father and the husband's growth, that conversation, I've never heard that conversation.
You know why? Because we always have to come in already intact.
Exactly.
We all know that's not realistic. It's not realistic at all. You know what I mean? Let me do this. Anybody else have any last words before we move on? Because I'm going to go to the next joint.
Hold on. Miss Harris came back. Back to the original question, fellas. Are you good communicators? You say yes, but you're giving examples of how your mate don't understand you. Laugh out loud. So what do you think is the disconnection?
Hold up, Chris. Malika, you know I love you to death. But what you just said, to be a great communicator, the people that you're communicating with will have to be receptive to you.
Amen.
Yeah, communication.
They have to be willing. Go ahead,
communication is quid pro quo. That's exactly what it is. Acting is communication. Everybody think it's you got to memorize all these lines and do this and put your mind. No, acting, stage acting, screen acting is a conversation. That's all it is. It could be a heated conversation. It could be a loving conversation. But if those two people are connected on a certain level, then it's going to be a bad conversation.
What do you think, Bill?
Bill?
Look, I asked Bill because Bill was raised with his mom and his two sisters, three sisters, strong women. So Bill has a perspective that I always love to hear. So go ahead, Bill.
It's different than a wife, though, dog. White mother and sisters.
What we're mostly talking about is communication, though.
Okay.
But relate that though with your wife, though. So I don't want to exclude you. I just wanted to make sure.
No. Everything y'all was saying. It's a bit of piece. Everything you guys are saying is an example of what I go through also. I mean, you got to be receptive to the communication. You can be the greatest communicator in the world, but if you get blocked. Like my wife will shut down on me in a minute, and she don't like what I'm saying. She'll go into a shell and she just said, "Do it your way." You know what I mean? Whatever. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Like, I go and do what I got to do to make it right. You know what I mean? I do believe as a head of your household, you should be supported. You have to be supported by your wife. The final decision should be up to you as a man how you want to go about doing it. Because as a man, you're gonna have the best. You're gonna have your kids and everybody else is the best interest of your household, and you want everybody to make it. Everybody, like somebody said, everybody to take to the next level. But I guess it's just a matter of being dealt. Each individual is different. How you communicate each individual. Like working with in the kid detention, you got to figure out how the best way to communicate with that person. Some people you can sweet talk. Some people you got to be direct with. There's no one answer. You know what I mean? It's like what kind of mood they're going through, what the problem is it money, is it household, is it the children? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's hard to really say, you concrete and say, okay, this is how it's done. No, to me, it's like Spark said, I'm learning every day. I learn something every day. I've been doing 20 years. I learn something every day from him.
How long you been married, Bill?
24 years now.
Wow.
Yeah.
Please, hey, you guys that's been married 10 plus years, please teach me. Because I'm still learning.
You might want to learn from Keith and Ja'Cory and Flu. You want to learn from me.
I mean, the thing about it is, I love my wife. I value her opinion. But when you present things to me and you expect me to take lead on them, let me take lead on them.
Yeah. You know the key to me to have a good marriage to me, is my opinion, my personal opinion, is how much you're willing to tolerate.
It's a give and take. It really is, man. It really is.
You really can't fix people. You can't. You can't make people do something. I got a strong-willed wife. I had a strong-willed mother, so I'm attracted to strong-willed women. But in the same process, sometimes it's like pulling teeth.
Yeah.
I mean, I get it. You're right. It is like pulling teeth because now Keith, Ja'Cory, and his other brother can understand this. Growing up in Detroit, we were taught to be men.
Mm-hmm.
We were taught to be men. We learned how to work on cars. We learned how to take, different things. And my wife is like, how did you learn this? Because I grew up in Detroit. My dad taught me how to do this, that, and the third. I know how to do things. And, and what I'm finding is that this generation are so much a mama's boy and so much dependent on their parents. It's fucking ridiculous. Now, me.
But Chris, I'm gonna let you finish your point. But whose fault is that, brother? Is it the kid's fault or is it people?
No, it's not the kid's fault. It's our fault.
Yeah, it's
our fault. It's our fault. Now, yes, I don't have children. My wife has 2 older children. But the way I was raised, you get down there, turn the wrench, you figure shit out.
Can I ask you guys a question?
This generation is what can you hand me? I'm not handing you shit. Figure it out.
No doubt.
Now, like I said, I love my wife. I'm not gonna degrade her or discourage her.
Please don't.
Look. Let's stop.
I don't want to be a part of that, man. So
don't do that, bro. That was a beautiful point, Ja'Cory.
Yeah, I just want to.
I might go on mute, man. I don't want to be associated.
I don't want to witness nothing, man. I ain't witness.
Ja'Cory, you had something?
I like it. Go ahead.
I just wanted to ask real quick. I don't know if you guys ever had the opportunity to meet significant others of your wives' co-workers and everything, but I've been put in funny positions to where once I meet these people and we pull off to the side and we doing our thing or whatever, I'm hearing things like, well, damn, yeah, you ain't nothing like your wife described you.
Wow.
Yeah,
No, I've never had that, and I just went to.
Repeat that again, Ja'Cory. Say that again, Ja'Cory. I'm sorry.
I get what he's saying.
People, like when you meet like your wife's coworker or friends or whatever, and their significant others coming to play or whatever, and you have a time to spend talking and getting to know these other people or whatever, and they might mention to you, you ain't nothing like what your wife said.
Oh shit!
Wow.
Like so for me,
that hasn't happened to me.
Yeah, for me,
it hadn't happened to me neither.
It's happened to me a couple times. For me, I'm like, I don't know if my wife is out telling
bad mouthing.
Well, not bad mouthing. No, I didn't bad or whatever, but
okay.
Well, I mean, it's kind of bad because it's like she's put this image in people's head that I'm an asshole.
Oh, they know I'm an asshole. Let me tell you something. I pride myself on being an asshole. Because number one,
I'm good at being an asshole, but it ain't never done me no good though.
I'm right.
Look,
when I say something, but now my wife will say this: my delivery needs to be worked on. But nobody gave it to me.
No. Your wife saying it. Your wife saying it, and being a friend of yours for 20-something years. I'm saying the same thing. Work on your delivery, dog. Work on your delivery.
And I get that.
I'm just messing with you, Chris. But go ahead.
No. But my wife tells me that. She's like, you need to work on your delivery. And I tell her, you need to work on your communication skills. Because, like I said, I'm not stupid. I'm not dumb. I'm educated. But maybe because the way I was raised and the way I was brought up is a little rough. Okay. Okay, you tell me you're going through depression. I really don't give a fuck about that. Because you know why? I got depression all day. I don't have none of my
Chris.
No, hold on.
Let me put it like this.
Oh, bro.
Not that the fact you don't give a fuck. It's the fact that you understand that everybody else goes through depression too.
Okay. Let that be said.
Okay.
But I lost my mother. I found my father dead. I have no grandparents. So if I get in trouble, who do I fall on? Nobody. Zero.
You got somebody you can call.
No, I don't have anybody I can call. So
No, Chris, you may be in that position, but understand something. And this is just my personal opinion. It's not telling you what you should be or what you should do. But the thing about it is the hurt that you feel because of those things, would you inflict that on somebody else?
No, I wouldn't. Because I know what it feels like. But the thing about it is, I want you to learn the lesson of survival.
But you did say that you need to communicate better, though.
I do. I ain't gonna lie. Even when I went through a session and they asked me what was my weak points, and I said that I need to learn how to communicate with this upcoming generation. And I really, because the way I was raised is suck it up and drive on.
Yeah.
I mean, so when that process, and they were like, oh, you actually recognize that? I was like, yeah, I recognize that. Because the way I was raised, the way that I came up, your feelings didn't count. But this generation,
I feel that.
This generation, their feelings count.
Okay,
and I'm like, wow.
So let me just say this. When you say you don't give a fuck, really the translation of that is listen. I understand what you're going through. Let me throw this in here real quick, Damon. I understand. It's not that I don't give a fuck. It's just a simple fact that I haven't found the words to tell you that I want you to keep fighting. Is that fair?
And maybe that's the correct interpretation of it.
Okay.
Because I mean, like I said, I there are certain things in my life that have happened that certain individuals of this generation could not tolerate.
I got you.
And if I explain the whole variable of what happened to me, then they be like, "Oh, okay, I understand why." But
Well, I'm gonna say this.
when it happened to me, it was like nobody reached out to say, "Hey, are you okay?" No, I had to reach out to myself.
Okay.
I'm reaching
I had to
out.
reach out. I had to reach out.
Chris, hold on.
I'd like to clarify something real quick.
And Damon, then you're after Jaquari. Go ahead.
Okay. Now, when I asked my question, I wasn't trying to imply that my wife is out in the streets talking shit about me.
No,
but I have.
No, we're not saying it.
Okay, but I have heard her use me as an excuse not to fuck with situations.
That's our job.
That's just wife do, man.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So
that's just what they do, bro.
That is what led me to. That's what led me to ask you guys that question.
It ain't got nothing to do with your character, man. Who you
It
are.
has nothing to do with it. That's our job.
Well. That's just I don't want to deal with some shit, so I use your ass to not deal with it.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on. Miss Harris said, "Why in the hell do you expect for you to be an asshole to them in occasion meeting them? Who does that?"
Oh my God!
All right, now we already explained that. That's why I said what I said. That's been up there for a minute. Damon, go ahead.
Here is my point, man. The biggest mistake that a couple can do, man, is if you take on the attitude. Now I'm just speculating because I'm trying to understand where you're coming from. Because if you take on the attitude, man, this is what I went through, man, and that's how I am, and that's how it's going to be. You know what I'm saying? And then you got your significant other trying to understand where you're coming from. You got to find that great area where you could try to understand her softness, her commitment to you, her understanding. You know what I'm saying? And that leads to another direction that might require healing to your situation.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Right. But you have to open yourself up for that.
And think about it is, my wife always tells me I need to go seek help. But you three that have grown up in Detroit, we never sought help for stuff. We just dealt with it.
Hey, Chris.
Right or wrong?
I mean, to a point, but I need to talk
right
to
or
somebody.
wrong. We never went to no counselors.
Hold on.
But I want to hear what Bill has to say.
But let's be fair about this. Not to cut you guys off. Let's be fair about this. It was never offered to us.
True.
It was never offered to us. Even on the job, it was never offered to us.
It was never.
Later in our job lives, it was.
Exactly.
Bill, you had something to say about what?
Go
ahead, Bill.
I want to say about what Chris was saying, right? I'm kind of in the same boat as Chris was growing up because my dad died when I was 10, right? And my uncle used to tell me, you can't cry. You only cry with us. You only cry with us. You don't cry at the funeral. You don't cry in front of your mom because now you're the man of the house. You got to be the strength. You got to be the strength. So for a lot of years, I bottled that shit in. And a lot of times, like he was saying, it's more like protecting your feelings. You're protecting yourself. I ain't got time for that bullshit you talking. I got my own shit. So I'm not gonna get caught up. So I'm gonna put this shield up. You gotta deal with your own shit. I gotta deal with my own shit. That's how I was raised too. Uncles was like, yo,
hold on, Bill. Here's the kick in the nuts. I found my dad dead at 16. Found him dead. Gave him mouth-to-mouth resuscitation.
Right.
Didn't cry.
That was a lot.
It didn't cry at the funeral. My mother died in April of last year. My wife was like, "Are you okay?" Like, I'm fine. I've been down the street before.
But you're really not fine.
I'm really not fine.
Right.
But the thing about it is that I graduated high school, college, the academy. I'm about to do something else, and none of them are here. But I have to suck it up and drive on.
Can I say something? Not to cut you off, but can I say something?
Go ahead, bro.
I've seen some things, man, that's still with me to this day, man.
Sure.
You know what I'm saying? That I struggled through, that I had issues with, that I caused problems with, and all that shit. And the one thing that I did not recognize is that the people that love me the most went through the same shit. Went through the same shit because they had love for that loss that I lost. You know what I'm saying? So if I'm the man that I say that I am, and I'm trying to stay strong in the situation, my job is to stay strong for them, myself, but allow myself to be weak enough, for less of a better word, to understand that those persons that's going through the same thing that I'm going through has something to say to me, man, because they can relate in a certain extent. And who am I, man, to deny or not take serious what they went through, what I went through?
But hold on. But like I said before, everybody goes through their issues in life. Like my grandmother said, everybody has their different crosses to bear. It's how you bear that cross and make it through. My grandmother told me this. How you bear that cross and make it through is how you going to live up. I bear that cross. Now, certain issues come up in my marriage. But okay, I suck it up and drive on because I don't want my wife to deal with what I got going on. I dealt with a lot. And a lot of people don't even recognize that I dealt with a lot. But that's the cross that I have to bear.
But in a sense, though, man, I mean, and I'm not taking anything away from what you guys are saying. I have points that I partially agree with, or and everything. But if you consider the things that you've been through, the accomplishments that you've made, and everything, the time and the work that you put into making yourself grow in that aspect, if you put the same time and work into your own your self-care, your mental awareness and everything, I think it will help to complete the picture.
And
but
you're right.
Very good point.
And I never looked at it from that aspect, because I'm always trying to be better than my parents, better than my former self. I'm always trying to upgrade myself. But because I have 2 grandkids. I have a granddaughter and a grandson. I want them to look back and say, damn, granddaddy did that. Granddaddy, he wouldn't no. My grandfather did that. I'm trying to.
But see, the thing is, this thing, Chris. I mean, I understand that, man, and that's my dream, man. And to teach my grandson and my grandsons and granddaughters. But I believe, to me, it's more important for them to be able to come to me, and one day say, my grandfather understood me when I was going through something rough.
And you're absolutely right.
And he was.
But I want to lay the foundation of education and bettering yourself is part of being as an African American in this world. I pride myself on my education. I pride myself on my accomplishments. I pride myself on my things that I've done.
Understandable.
And I don't want my grandkids to look at, be like, oh, my granddad was lazy as hell. No, he was not lazy as hell. He was not. I pride myself on following my father's leadership, and I followed in his footsteps. Now, I'm trying to better myself past that. So when my grandkids, my grandson, if he wants to be a law enforcement, okay, my grandfather was law enforcement. Let me follow his footsteps to be great.
Understand.
If my granddaughter wants to be a lawyer, let me follow my grandfather's the foundation that he's laid down to say, okay, hey, I don't want to be a burden on anybody. That's not what I'm in here for. I'm sorry.
All right.
I'm not going to be a
Very
burden on
good.
anybody.
Very good responses and everything, gentlemen. But we got to move on. Keith had to step away for a moment. So let me ask you guys this question. Okay. Describe what you feel your role should be in your community. And we go to you, Bill.
When you say community, Corey, you mean like our we live in, the community we live in, or your family? Like, what do you mean, like the community we live in?
Well, I'm assuming that he means your immediate community, the people who you deal with every day.
Well, kind of like Chris was saying about being a role model, like just trying to. We all have a responsibility because it takes a village. You know what I mean? When I was growing up,
Exactly.
when I was growing up, there was I looked at a lot of old heads in my community with trash men, where they carried themselves. You know how they defended us and stuff like that. So, yeah, I do. But as a role, we do have a responsibility to be role models to your grandkids. I want my grandkids to look up to you, Fluke, and you, Jacob, and you, Chris. You know what I mean? So there's a responsibility that so I may not always be around. They may come to you saying, "Yo, what do I do, Grandpa Jacob?" You know what I mean? My pop dead, and you know what I mean. So,
But that's why I want to be there for my grandchildren when they had those questions, because I never had those questions answered. I had to figure it out on my own.
it's not
But
easy.
it's not.
It ain't easy.
And that was the reason why I fashioned my response the way I did, man, because
Yes, sir.
I know you went through it, and
Yes, sir.
I wouldn't dare take anything away from that, man.
Yes, sir.
I wouldn't do that, you know.
Yeah, and they don't like subjects. That's not no easy accomplishment to get through that type of stuff, man. You know what I mean? And being a role model ain't easy too. Sometimes we all want to start fucking up. You know what I mean? And we ain't none of us perfect either. So you try to be by my word. And I'm raising 2 grandsons now, and they don't want your money, man. They don't want your. They want a new pair of sneakers sometimes, no doubt. Don't get me wrong. They
Let me tell you
want to
something.
buy these sometimes, but just the presence,
Grandsons
man.
want your time.
That's
They
it.
don't. That's
They
all
want
they
to go
want
out
is your
and throw the
time.
football. They want to throw the football around. They want to watch
Yeah.
the games together. They want to talk about girls. They want to talk about
Exactly.
rap songs and my Biggie Smalls compared to Little Baby now. You know what I mean? All that type of shit. So there's a lot of ways a role model. I think we all have a responsibility to be a role model. Like, yes, we do. And that's just about how you walk. You walk. You gotta have a lot of money. You gotta have a big business. Wear a suit every day, but how you carry yourself, how you present yourself, and how you lead. You know what I mean?
They give you a bill.
I hope I answered your question
Bill,
before.
to give you an example, I took my grandson to the aquarium down here in
Mhm.
North Carolina, and they had some horseshoe crabs in there, and I put my hand in there and petted one of them. My grandson looked at me and said, "Hey, if it's okay, Grandpa did it, I'm gonna do it."
Right.
And he did it then. I mean, of course, he didn't pull his sleeve up, water went up his sleeve. But the thing about it is, that little situation showed me that I'm influential in this boy's life,
Yeah.
and I have to keep myself on course
Mm-hmm.
to be influential in this guy, because he looks up to me to be his grandfather and to keep him on track.
Mm-hmm.
Now he got his daddy, yes. Okay, I'm
Mm-hmm.
not taking nothing away from his dad. But Paw, oh yeah, we gonna learn some things.
Mhm.
Thanks, Spoon. Did I answer your
Hey,
question? Did I answer the question, bro?
Let's go ahead, Bill.
yes, sir.
Did I answer the question, Spoon?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, all right. Yes, it is. Thank you. I
All
won't
right.
cut you off, Chris. Go ahead.
No, it's a very good answer. Dana, your answer. All right. Describe what you feel your role in the community should be. I think you muted, bro.
You're on mute, bro.
My role is to deal with what's close to me because I'm dealing with real life situations. You know what I'm saying? Real life situations, and then it expands outside of that. But when it expands outside of that, it's through example. You know what I'm saying? Because you can't talk to everybody, man. You can only just be, you know what I'm saying, what people perception of you is. Be it negative or whatever, you have the choice to make it a positive thing through your actions. You know, so my role is to be an example through my life. The nuances is different, bro. You know what I'm saying? The nuances is different because that's personal. But as far as outside of my personal family, it's how I choose to overcome the things that these people don't know about. Because everybody go through something. Man. Everybody deal with stuff. We all do. You know what I'm saying? But if you got people out there depending on you that you don't know, you just have to be yourself because that's what they recognize in the first place.
Right.
You
And
know what
Miss
I'm saying?
Harris says she's still dealing with it by watching you struggle with your pain. So what do you have to decide how you want to expect?
I see we at the point of this podcast where somebody needs to read this for Chris. Chris understands it. He getting real choppy with this shit. So let me just do this. I probably missed this part in which Malika commented on, but she said she's still dealing with by watching you struggle with your pain. So you have to decide how you want the experience with you to be. Now, this might have been when I was off. So
Yeah, she just posted that. But now, Miss Harris, I'm gonna tell you like this. I deal with my pain and deal with my struggles like I was taught to. Okay? And anybody grew up in Detroit, they understand what I'm saying. You suck it up and you drive on. I mean, pain, struggle, that's what we're gonna deal with. But you got to learn how to deal with it. If you can't deal with it, then it becomes a problem. I don't let nothing become a problem to me. I mean, like I said,
Chris, as long as you don't pack it away and it don't
I
manifest
don't pack it away.
down the line.
That's the thing, Keith. I don't pack it away because I learned coming down the line. Okay, it is what it is. You deal with it, you move on. Okay, the thing about it is, when it comes to, like I said, being a newly married husband, not like you guys, I'm still learning.
But see, that's the thing, though, Chris. It ain't no playbook, bro. It ain't no blueprint.
It's not.
I'll stand on this till the day I die, man. Like I said earlier, man. You know, titles don't make us experts, and we've got to give ourselves as you know, we got to give ourselves space as men and husbands, man. You know, to kind of figure out who we are in this stage, you know, of our lives. Because you're 49, I'm 51, and the other guys are older, but we're not the same guys we were when we got married.
That's real.
True. That's true.
So give yourself a break, man. You gotta give yourself a break.
Miss Harris said that was in the response to him saying that he doesn't want others to deal with his stuff. No, Miss Harris, I'm not saying I don't want people to deal with my stuff. I deal with my stuff myself.
That's what you're saying, Chris.
I don't put my burden on nobody else but me.
Hey, but and that's respected, right?
That's the problem because you're putting a burden on yourself, man. When your wife's trying to share that,
everybody needs help, bro. I don't care how strong you are. Is what it is.
Everybody needs a shoulder.
That's when you know you got a good woman, man. When she's trying to share that experience with you. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I got a good woman. I got a good woman. I just know.
I'm not even questioning that. I'm saying
to appreciate her. I got a good woman. I'm not gonna lie and say I don't. I
Ja'Quari,
wouldn't have married her.
Ja'Quari, did
We're not
everybody
even
get the
questioning
answer to
that,
the
bro.
question? Everybody got the
We're not
answer
even
to the
questioning
question?
that.
Yeah, everybody had good.
Did you answer it?
No, I didn't.
All right, go ahead and answer it. Then we're gonna move on. We get ready to shut this down for the night.
Yeah, I feel like my role in the community, man, is what it's been. You know what I mean? You know, we have our leaders, you know, who we picked. You know, we have people who quote unquote make things move in the community or whatever. I've always been a support guy. That's where I'm good at. You know, I have aspirations of leadership. Who doesn't? But you know, at those times, I'm like, well, this is the plan, and I don't have anything to replace the plan, so I'm not gonna fuck the plan up.
Gotcha.
You know, if we moving forward, then hey, you know, I'm gonna hop on board and grab an oar. But if we not, then I'm gonna separate myself. I'm not gonna piss on the process, but I'm not gonna be a part of it.
I feel that. All right, last question of the day, and it's a simple one. What about you, as being the age you are right now? What about you would you change if you had the opportunity to do? And we'll start with you, Chris. Nice and quick. Let us know.
Me at my age, I need to be more understanding of this new generation, and I said that before. I mean, honestly, that's it. I mean, I have to understand where they're coming from, and they have to understand where I'm coming from.
No doubt. No doubt. Bill.
If I had something to change now, I'm 40 right now, so you know, no. I'm 55, so I guess
Okay, man. I ain't too much older than you.
I think I could have been more disciplined with my money and finances, and took school a little bit more seriously and stuff like that. It's not like more discipline in my life. I always been kind of like, you know, loose and always looking to have a good time and, you know, just getting by with other shit. You know what I mean? So I think more discipline, more focus on books and trying to better myself, education. I mean, I got a bachelor's, but I look back, I could have did more in school. Could have put me in a better position I'm in now. You know what I mean? Things like that.
Okay.
Things like that.
Damon, what about you?
I wouldn't change a thing, man. Even all that transpired, I wouldn't change a thing because I'm one of those guys who has an awareness of his own bullshit, his own whatever. I have an awareness of that, man. You know what I'm saying? And I have a good woman that reminds me of it, you know, and without animus. Without animus. You know what I'm saying? Now, if I was selfish and I was insecure, whatever, I'm argumentative. But if I trust and who I trust with for the last 39 going on 40 years, then she's saying something that matters. Because she want me to put a product out in the atmosphere with other people outside of us that matter and makes a difference. You know what I'm saying? So she's going to tell me something, and she's going to be honest with me about it. You know what I'm saying? Do I fight against it, or do I trust the process, man? If I committed to it, then I have to trust the process, man. You know what I'm saying? You got to trust somebody somewhere. You know what I'm saying? Love is what it is, man. If you got somebody that's invested in you over the years that my wife has been invested in me, dude, I can't be willy nitty and just say some old shit because I'm angry. You know what I'm saying? Can't do that. She's gonna say, okay, you know, I understand. She's gonna explain to me. I understand you was angry, but you know what I'm saying? Could you have expressed that a different way? Yeah. That's not her. That's not the world asking me that question. That's my mate asking me that question. And I need to figure out how to differentiate between the two.
That's real.
And that's the thing that matters most.
That's real.
I can't argue with that.
Ja'Quari, what about you, sir?
Hey man, I would I would like to say I wouldn't change anything, man, but realistically, I would change at 51 years old, man. I've come to realize, man, I'm a very naive person. I really am. You know, I'm not as worldly as I would have claimed to be 10 years ago. I'm not. You know, because I hear a lot. You know,
That's a good point.
Yeah.
yeah, I hear things about people that I'm close to, and hell, I might get asked, well, why you fuck with that person? And it's hard for me to answer that question, man, because you know I take everybody and everything at face value, and that's not always a good trait. You know, I've lived my life. I lived my young life, man, being engaged for people, man. Like I've heard people say to me, you know, well, if Jacory don't fuck with him, you know, if Strong don't fuck with him, then what the fuck is the problem? And it's got to the point where, you know, that don't make me feel good no more.
Well, I mean, is that a bad thing or a good thing?
It's not a bad thing. It's really not a bad thing, man. But you know, that it's a lot of pressure. Being a person,
I wouldn't say it's pressure. You see that person for who he or she is really is.
yeah, but it's kind of stunning me, man, because you know I don't really have an opportunity, man, to be relaxed around people. You know,
Do you really need to be relaxed around people?
Sometimes you do, Chris.
sometimes you do. Yeah,
Sometimes you do, man.
I mean,
Nah, I mean, me personally, I stay on guard every day because I don't trust
That's a
no
hard
one.
way to live.
And that makes
doesn't
you
that exhaust
comfortable.
you? Doesn't that
But-
exhaust you?
It's exhausting.
Exactly. It gotta exhaust you.
It is.
It's and it all for me. It all boils back. You know, it all comes back to self-care, man. Because you know, when is my opportunity, you know, to grow in certain aspects or whatever, you know, and I'm not looking for anybody else to present me with those opportunities. You know what I mean? But being a person that people come to, man, is not an easy it's not an easy trait at all.
And you got to think about something too, Chris. You raising grandkids too. You got people who watch you. You got to sometimes breathe. You got to take a breath. So it's gonna be all right. I gotta trust. I gotta trust God. I gotta trust. Trust myself that it's gonna be okay. Can't nobody live 100% of the day guarded. It's impossible. You stress yourself the hell out, you have a heart attack.
And Bill,
That's my opinion. I'm not saying facts. I'm saying my opinion.
no, I'm just saying you're right about that. But I don't want my grandson or my granddaughter growing up in this world under a false reality. And that false reality is that people really care about you. You have to care about yourself. When you know people care about you, like Keith Armstrong, I met him in the courthouse. He cares about me. His brothers, they don't know me from Adam Jump, but they care about me. But the thing about it is, I want my grandchildren to be able to have those survival skills and understand that, hey, if nobody cares about me, I care about myself.
So let me ask you something, Chris. You giving up on the human race? Are you giving up, huh?
I'm not giving up on the human race. I'm not giving up on nothing. But I want my grandchildren to understand that self-reliability is important.
You can't have a balance. You can't have balance.
But let me say this, Bill. Chris,
Go ahead.
you want to know what the real harm that conditioning does? And what I mean by conditioning is this: when something is repeated enough, when somebody who wants to take advantage of somebody repeats some shit long enough that people start to believe it. Right? It is room to do both. It is room to teach your grandchildren how to navigate in this world. But it's also room to help them to understand and help yourself understand that you will be able to find peace. Even if it's in moments, you'll be able to find peace. And that's going to build the character, and that's going to lengthen your life.
Well said.
You feel me?
I mean, I get
nobody's
what you.
hold on. Nobody telling you wrong. I'm telling you that the path that you're moving in sometimes is a little detour, which is good for you. That's it. Because you can live your life the way you want to.
I would like to listen to what Chris saying in detail, man, because he's he's speaking in general and saying what he feels, man. But you know what I'm saying? That's the type of conversation, man, you go into detail with, man, because when it comes to your grandkids and your kids, man, it's all about them teaching them to be themselves, man, no matter what comes with that.
And nobody's going against that. Nobody,
You know what
whatever Bill
no
said,
matter what
whatever
comes
I
with
said,
that.
I have not said anything against that.
I didn't say you did. I'm just saying in general.
But
You
the
know,
the only thing I want is my grandchildren to understand. My grandson and my granddaughter, they're a year apart. Is that this world owes you nothing.
Right, but
it owes you nothing. You have to go in this world and demand everything.
Yeah, but here's
your
the thing,
education, your education, your position, training, everything comes into part when you're going against somebody that only has a high school education.
Yeah, but
and
if you get them to understand,
education.
If you get them to understand thyself, isn't that half the battle, man?
True, I get that, but I
mean that's literally the point. Man. That's literally what the issue is.
No, it's part of the point. The other part of the point that I want to expose is that don't hide behind anything. Get your
but isn't it?
I never hide. I never hide behind anything.
Isn't it about them? Isn't it about them coming from a place of strength, man? Then what the world?
But I'm giving you the place of strength because I dealt with it.
But Chris, you know what I'm seeing actually is, you said it earlier, it's your delivery, because you're saying, I just realized you're saying everything that we're saying.
That's true.
But it's your delivery in it and what you want. Not saying your delivery is wrong, but my point is the simple fact that everybody is not willing to be patient enough to sift through it.
But my thing is, Keith, be patient enough.
I get it.
Suck it up. Okay, it might not be what you want to hear. But you have to, at some point in your life, you have to suck it up and drive on.
But when you said same with putting your guard down sometimes too, right?
No, we don't put our guard down. We keep it up. But we accept our guard while it's up and what is being presented to us.
I get it.
That's just the way I was born.
As long as we cross those T's and dot the I's as we're going.
Exactly.
I think.
Exactly. Because you know what? Because here's the thing. You can have a college degree. You can have all the training in the world. People are still going to find fault in what you do.
Always.
But always. They're going to find fault in everything you do. But as long as you could justify what you do and put knowledge and education behind it, you're good. Nobody can ever dispute that.
Okay.
And that's what I do. And that's what I try to teach it. Okay, yes, my granddaughter is 1. My grandson is 2. But I'm teaching them in the early stages in their life, hey, suck it up and drive on. Learn. Because nobody's going to give you nothing in this life.
That's what and that's what
nobody's going to give you nothing.
Whether
you're going to have to earn it.
Whether we agree or not, that's what you're comfortable with.
And I am. Because you know why? Because I had to live with it.
That's a heavy burden to put on your kids, though, bro.
But you know what? That's the heavy burden that was put on me.
But okay, that's fine. I'm taking that lightly, but
so it's okay for it to be put on me. But it's it's not okay to be put on a 1 and 2 year old. So
No,
how
I
are
don't
you
think it is.
coming?
No.
How are you coming with that?
I don't think it is. No.
My dad, you know what my dad told me? My dad told me, go get your college degree so you won't be a foot soldier in the rest of your life. So I got my college degree.
Your dad came from a different era, like my dad did, like Mr. Strong Armstrong.
Okay, so that there again, you're hiding behind generational barriers. So if it was good for you and it was good for me, then it should be good for them.
But was it good for you though?
It was. Look at me. I'm about to retire in 3 years. I'm an instructor.
Bill, it's a matter of opinion.
Okay.
If he feels
I'm not saying Chris is wrong.
Listen. I don't. Listen, my parents, they give me eras of fucking accountability. I worked hard for everything I earned, so I'm not giving those gaps to nothing.
Okay.
If I had to go to work every day, you're gonna have to go to work every day.
Nothing wrong with that.
Simple as that. And I know one person on this podcast can contest to that. I worked every day. I worked every day to get what I got because that's what I was taught by my parents. My parents, they give no leeway for no.
You want to know the problem that we have, honestly, and it's generational, is we think it's one way.
But we
Right.
shouldn't have any generational thought ability about it. Because number one,
No, it's some credence.
I don't
in having
care
generational
if
shit,
you
though.
identify as him, shim, or them. I don't
Hey,
care about that.
Chris. We have not talked about that all podcast. We're not going to talk about it because we're getting ready to get off here.
Okay.
All right.
I
real.
think, man. Here's the reality of it, man. Allow me to say this point, then I'm gonna be done. I understand where you're coming from because because that's your conviction, man. And you are well
You're right.
in your right to feel that way, man.
Yes.
And that's what's going on. And that's where it is until something happens or whatever, and you change it or you decide something different. That's how you feel, and I respect that.
Yeah. I mean, hey, look, this is what we're going to do because it's been a great conversation. And as I told you, Chris, before we went live, and my brothers already know this, what we do here is we promote conversation and actually is I hate to use the word judgment. We don't judge anybody. But what we do is we ask questions on why you feel a certain way. Because sometimes if you ask a question about something, it creates a breakthrough for that person. You feel what I'm saying?
And I think tonight did because the question that you sent me, we didn't even touch.
We'll do it next time, my guy.
Hey, anytime you want me up here, that's fine. I'm good.
Yeah, you're a friend of the show. This is what we're gonna do. Last words. Big Bill, real quick. Big Bill, last words for the night.
It was a great show. I love talking to y'all. It's always a pleasure talking with the Strong Brothers. You know, I got much love for y'all. You know what I mean? We go way, way back. Pleasure meeting you, Chris, man. You know, it was nice conversation. But we gotta do that again, man. It was enjoyable to hear what where you come from, you know. But again, thank y'all. And again, I mean, listen, I'm always loving to come on the show, you know.
No doubt.
A lot of fun. Sometimes it's good to get shit off your chest, you know what I mean? And hear other brothers who real and been through something express their point of view, you know what I mean? Sometimes, like my uncle tell me, ain't no one way to do nothing.
No.
It's a lot of ways to skin a cat, you know what I mean? So, yeah, but thank y'all again, brother. Pleasure meeting you too, Chris.
Hey, anytime, big boy.
Chris, real quick, last thoughts.
My last thought is I love this podcast.
Yes, sir.
I enjoy coming up here, expressing myself, expressing my opinion. I respect the opinion of everybody on the podcast. So, you know, hey, we need this in our community.
Yes, sir.
need this. We need this. This is not an option. We need to be able to express how we feel. And Keith, you've done. I've known you for 20 plus years. You've done an amazing job. Thank you. That's all I'm going to say. Thank you.
Okay. Damon, last thought.
Like my brother Bill said, man, sometimes you got to get shit off your chest, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Okay, Jaquari, last word.
Gentlemen, it has been a wonderful show. I think we hit some very important points, man. I thank you for your time, and I look forward to your next visit. Peace.
Amen.
My last words is thank you, guys. I appreciate both of you. We've known each other for a long time. I always respected you guys and my brothers. There's no doubt that I've had. It's been 2 years for us. And this has been, Fridays has been one of the most anticipated. Me looking forward to being on the same screen as you two fellas. You guys are great men. Chris, Bill, great men. And I enjoy you guys, man. That's real.
Hey.
That's the realest shit. For real.
And I will post this on my Facebook page when it pops up.
All right. Now look. House cleaning. The Strong Perspective Podcast. Go to our YouTube channel. Hey, build us up, man. Like, share, and subscribe. Give us that subscription. Peace, Malika. Keith Barnes. Glad to see you, baby boy. Let's see who else is on. Benita, sister-in-law. Love you to death. You said, "Oh my God," earlier. And thank you guys for tuning in for us. And like I said, we're here every Friday at 7:30. This is Strong Perspective Podcast. Like, share, and subscribe. We out.